when I entered the nothing state, all I realize is I. And that this whole reality that I'm part of is simply I. I can't explain to you. And that is the presence. Good morning. Just woken up from my sleep. I want to record this. I saw this clip. Now, what strikes me a lot is that Isaiah saw a vision. And in this vision, of course, you must know it is a vision. But the message is awesome. And I just need you to hear this first.
A young man steps into the temple to worship, but instead of routine prayers, he witnesses something earth-shattering. The heavens seem to split open, and there before him is the Lord, seated on a throne, exalted beyond imagination. The train of his robe fills the temple, and angelic beings, seraphim, hover, calling out, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory." Smoke rises, the ground quakes, and Isaiah, overwhelmed by his unworthiness, cries, "Woe to me, I am ruined."
Many times in our life, we want to be somebody. Right? That's right. But don't you find it strange when a person says, "I'm ruined," because he saw something extraordinary. And what is that extraordinary thing that he saw? He saw that the whole earth is filled with the one glory. The one who is seated on the throne is not out there, right? It's filling the whole earth. And the whole earth is the Lord. And the immediate response of a man is, "I don't exist. I'm a nobody." Isn't that right? So many times you sit to yourself, "I want to be saved. I want to be placed in this universe. I want to be in heaven. I want to exist." But have you ever wondered and realized that the Lord fills everything and that there isn't a place for me? Are we getting a wrong message all through our life? See, when we read these passages in the Bible, in our mind we thought that God is out there and that I'm here and please save me. But the extraordinary thing is when you realize, like Isaiah did, when I realize there isn't a place for me, that the only I that I know of is God's I. So in other words, your enlightenment is that moment when you realize that you don't exist. It is the moment of self-negation. But yet, it is not exactly self-negation. You know why? Because at that moment when you self-negate, you realize that there's an I am deeper within yourself that is part of that one reality of which everything is. So where is salvation? Salvation is that moment when you realize that deep within you there is a reality greater than all that you are seeing right now. That's right. That realization of the deep reality is salvation. But have you ever been saved? You have always been saved, in the sense that you're always here. Because I am is everywhere. But our lack of realization puts us in a state of trauma, a state of ruin, as Isaiah felt. And forever we are now seeking and hunting and searching for something that apparently we couldn't find. And what we did, we hold on to a God that we create in our mind. Right? But actually, in truth, God is everywhere. We don't hold on. We are part of that Godness. That's the point I'm trying to stress in all my videos. That I am, that I am. And that is forever my name. And you may jump up right now. You may say, oh no, that's the name of God. That's not me. But please remember, there never was a me in the first place. There never was a you and an I. There was just the I am within us, seated on the throne. So no doubt you say that that is the name of God. But the truth is that we don't exist in the very first place, right? So God is expecting every one of us to claim that name within ourselves. Isn't that right? To claim that truth within ourselves, that reality. And all you need to do is realize it, to be awakened to that reality that is inside all of us. But the point I'm trying to stress here is that when I use the word inside us, how far inside it is, I'm asking you. It is deeper than your mind. So if you now think that you can think that God is inside me, you are terribly wrong. You can't think that God is inside me, because it is deeper than our mind. Our mind creates the world we live in through our thoughts. So everything that we strangle ourselves with and grapple on is created in the mind, which is at the surface, but deep down in the soul. Yes, at the level of the soul is one reality, and the mind cannot reach there. So now the next question must be, if the mind cannot reach there, and how am I going to ever reach there? I'll tell you the secret. You see, what is happening is that you're opening your eyes right now, and who is watching? Space-time. Who is watching whatever there is around us? It is the observer. Something within me, the light that is shining, which is observing, right? That's right. All you need to do is to match that light observer with the space-time you see. When you match the two frequency, both will turn to breath. And that is where I am that I am. That's how you enter into a level deeper than mind. And I've done that. You see, the first time it happened to me was as shocking as Isaiah had. I was in a house, right, in a room. And suddenly the room collapses. Suddenly, all of a sudden, I enter into a nothing state. I cannot explain it. There's not a single space, there's not a single time. But I felt a presence out there and out here. I cannot really explain what is happening. And the most interesting part of it is that I cannot remember the name of that presence. All I know is just I, but it doesn't have a name. I was so terrified. There's not even a space at all, not even a time, but only the I. and was terribly frightened at that point in time, because all I realized was nothing. I couldn't even hold on to David Chew that I know of at that moment of time. But the voice began to say something to me. And the voice said, if you are very afraid, you can get back to where you are. And all you need to do is to remember your name. Because if you remember your name, you can get back to the world you apparently got used to. So being so afraid at that moment, I searched for a name, for my name, David Chew. I couldn't remember that name. But the minute I remembered my name, what happened? I suddenly get back to the place that I was, my home. But I lost something very extraordinary. That's right. I had just stepped into the world of I am. But I was so afraid. I was afraid to be there. So I ran out into this world of space-time. And what happened? I spent 20 over years searching for that place called I am. And today I speak to you from that reality of that place. And asking you, and every one of us, every person who followed my video, to go back home. Not to this world you lived in, but to the one reality inside us, where there is only I and nobody else. So my friends, all I'm asking you to do now is just imagine that you forgot your name. Just imagine that suddenly you're here, but you don't know who you are. You'll be very terrified. But I am is everywhere, and you don't know the name of the I am, because the I am has got no name. And the name that you have right now, my name David Chew, is just a name given to me by my parents, a name which I held on to keep me safe, so-called, in this world. I feel safe imagining that I'm around. But the truth is that I don't exist. So I just like to say, before I close the video, that all I'm seeing right now is a kind of illusion, isn't that right? It's a room which I created in space-time just for me to see and to travel along and to pretend that I'm here. But in truth, I'm not. Because when I stumbled into that place of nothingness, and God brought me there for some reason I do not know, but today I know why I was brought there, so that I can teach you how to get there, for that is the true place of your enlightenment, of your salvation. You don't have to create in your mind somebody to save you. You don't have to. It is right there inside you, and you just can go there if you wish to. God bless you. And I'll teach you how to go. Follow my videos, subscribe to my video, get more of my videos. Discover the world beneath this room. Discover a place where only I am. Jesus said something very extraordinary. The disciples was asking him, where is heaven? Where is the kingdom of God? And Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within you. It is not a place where you can hold on to. It is right here within you. That's the kingdom of God. You can get there. You can say that you are just an awareness, but the identity isn't there. It's just an awareness. But the fact is, you need to get to the bottom of your reality to realize that there is a presence. Not just an awareness, but there is a presence. And this presence we have to know, for that is our salvation. Why do I say that? Because when I entered the nothing state, all I realized is I. And that this whole reality that I'm part of is simply I. I can't explain to you. And that is the presence. The presence is not just an awareness. No. It is the I am. And when you touch I am, you realize that everything is I am. And that the David Chu that I thought of is not there at all. And the reason why I'm stressing it is because the idea of wanting to be safe is not consistent with this understanding of the I am. I mean, it is not consistent. If I were to insist that David Chu exists and David Chu is going to heaven and David Chu is eternal, it's not consistent to that truth. It is not David Chu, it's the I am. For a long time, I'm told that I'll meet my father in heaven and my mother in heaven. But when I realized that everything is the I am, I guess I'm going to meet myself. But can I? Will I? You have to ask yourself. Follow my videos. Let us journey ourselves to that place.